Hello, welcome to this informational video on how to navigate courses that are online courses that are facilitated by Ed Grochowski, business instructor at Gateway Technical College. Regardless of the class you're taking with me online, you'll find that the navigation and the format of the classes are very consistent. When you initially log into the course, the announcements page will be populated in the center of the document. To the left, you will have different tabs that you're going to be able to access. We will break down those individual tabs as part of this video. As I said, you're going to be pre-populated with the announcements. Anytime I add an announcement, I will also instruct Blackboard to email that announcement to your Gateway email address. I cannot send anything, any email out to your personal email address. All the emails are sent out through Blackboard, which automatically defaults your Gateway email address. I do not have access to be able to modify or change that, and so everything will be sent to your Gateway email. The next tab you look at is the Instructor tab, and for this tab, just basically gives you my email address, how to contact me, when my office hours are. But being an online instructor, I am online way more than the 5 hours that are listed on this site. A couple ways to reach me that I can get back to you quickly. You can send me an email at grochowski@gtc.edu. Also, Gateway's got an internal Google chat system that you can access me through. That'll let you know when I'm online. That ID is at grochowski. Or anytime that I'm online, I will be on Skype, and so you can reach me on Skype at Edward, EDWARD, Grochowski, GROCHOWSKI. You can also leave a voicemail message for me at 262-564-2312. I've also met with students on campus. If you are an on-campus person and you're like, I'm having trouble navigating through the site or having issues, I can meet with you face-to-face. My home office is at the Kenosha campus in room A230. Next is the syllabus tab. Again, basic contact information at the top. Most of us have had courses before, or we understand what a syllabus is, so I'm not going to read every single detail. I'll leave that up to you as you go through the course. A couple important things I want to point out. First is the important dates section of the page. This will tell you when the last drop date is, when's the instructor drop period. One important date to look at is that financial aid census date. Generally, all my courses will have the initial unit, which will be a week long, which is just for you to post something on the discussion board as an introduction. One of the reasons why I do that is if you do not complete that assignment, it will be deemed that you are not actively participating in the course and you will be dropped from that class. So it's important for you to participate in the class. Midterm grades, if the course goes the entire 15-week span, your midterm grades will come out the Friday of week number 7 of the semester. Textbook requirement is posted on the syllabus. One thing you want to make sure that you're aware of is what book, obviously, which edition is being used. Sometimes students like to get international versions from other sites, which obviously saves you some money. But we've been running into problems with content and pages not lining up with the international editions. The other thing you want to be aware of is under description here for this specific book, it says buy the Gateway Bundle, meaning that this book is bundled with a software access code. If you do not buy that bundle, you generally have to purchase that software access code separately, and then the cost of the book goes up and is more expensive than you probably originally anticipated. You actually lose money instead of saving money buying it from different avenues. Course competencies basically tells you exactly what we plan to achieve in the course. There's policies for late assignments. I just ask that, if you're running into some difficulties, make sure you communicate with me where you're at. We have changed our incomplete policy. You have to have 80% of the course completed for you to qualify for an incomplete. There's more information about that financial aid census date and what are the refund policies for different drop actions that might be taken throughout the semester. If you want to access the great special needs services that we provide here at Gateway, I have provided the contact information for each of the campuses. We look at grading. Some things that you want to kind of be aware of is that a 70 is the lowest grade you can get in the class to pass. Anything under a 70 is going to be an F. There is no D's, as you can see. So my policy kind of changed a little bit, that it's a little bit easier to get an A, B, and C in my class, but there is no D's anymore in the courses. Another thing you want to look at is the grading rationale. When you look at the grading rationale, like for this specific course that we're looking at here, they had a final presentation. There's a lot of classes that are going to have some kind of final project or presentation. Even though this is an online class, you may be required to do a presentation. With that being said, your presentations will generally be done, or can be done one of three ways. You can videotape it and upload it to YouTube. But please be aware, you want to be comfortable with that process. I really can't provide any technical support for you throughout that process. 2, you can do the presentation real time with me through Skype. Or 3, I have met with students face to face if they're not confident or comfortable with the technology or don't have the internet access or broadband speed access to be able to do that. And so those are the 3 avenues for you to make presentations. When looking at the grading rationale, like for this class, the business plan was worth 30%. If you don't do that final project, there's no way you can pass the class unless you got 100% on everything else. And so that generally won't happen. And even at that, if you don't do that final piece, the best grade you're going to be able to get is a C. And so that's kind of where the grading rationale kind of falls in line there. So you want to make sure you pay attention to that. The course calendar of when things are due. Every assignment is tied in within a unit. And so every assignment in that unit has the same due date. But be aware that I do assign several discussion board questions per course. And so you want to make sure that if you are looking at discussion board questions, that you do respect the other students in class, because part of that assignment is to respond to another student's post. And so you want to make sure that you're respectful enough to the other students to put your posts up there early on so people can actually view and respond to your post. There may be situations in the courses where you have to do group work, so you want to make sure that you're aware of what the requirements for those assignments are. And again, you want to be respectful of the other members of your group. When we talk about course assignments, assignments are going to be due at 5 p.m. of the due date of the unit. All assignments will be turned in through the Blackboard site or through a third-party site if your course is using products like Cengage Now, CourseSmart, or My Marketing Lab. Do not submit assignments to me through email. There'll be a separate video on how to submit assignments through Blackboard that we'll post for you. But what I've found in the past with teaching multiple online classes, some assignments end up getting lost. And so the best way to do it is to submit it through the assignment tool in Blackboard. And that is the only way I will actually recognize assignments. The Units tab, we will have a separate video just to discuss the Units pieces. Discussion board, we'll discuss that in the assignment video also. The Resources tab, if I tell you that there's a course document to find or there's a video lecture to view, all that will always be in the Resources tab. We talk about email. This is just a tool provided through Blackboard that allows you to email all users. In the discussion board area, there will be a tab in every discussion board room called Questions and Concerns. And this is a place to post questions regarding the class. And what will that do is that will allow you, if you have a question or you don't understand an assignment, you can post it to Blackboard. I will then be able to view those questions. A lot of times students have the same questions, so I can submit the response to Blackboard and be able to get you an answer as quickly as I possibly can. Then there's the Grades tab that will allow you to see where you are at with your specific grade and assignments. Again, if you have any questions in the class, feel free to try to contact me. You can contact me best through my email at grochowski@gtc.edu. You can also reach me at instant message me through Skype at edward.grochowski. On Google Gateway's Google Chat through Grochowski E, or you can leave a message with me on my school voicemail at 262-564-2312. Thank you very much. I look forward to a great semester.